fucking Hamilton, y'all. Nah. Uh, so I've listened to Hamilton. I've seen Hamilton and the recorded versions go on Disney Plus. Um, I don't know. What's your guys' take on Hamilton?
So we haven't seen Hamilton. We haven't watched it on Disney Plus yet.
You've listened to
Yeah, we've
Hamilton,
listened to it.
correct?
Yes,
Matt, why don't
Okay.
you go
Well,
first? I talk over people a lot. Why don't you go first?
it's fine. I like the songs. Uh, I just don't like. I remember when it like first came out.
Okay, Whitey.
Uh, okay, I remember when it first came out. There was a really annoying culture around it.
Yeah,
They had a lot of let's say stands,
yeah,
uh, which made me not like it because of that. Not because like the actual thing was bad, but the people were annoying. So obviously the thing had to be bad. But yeah, I actually swallowed my pride for a few seconds and listened to it. I was like, okay, yeah, this is good, but like they're still annoying. Those people.
yeah.
That's it. That's my take on Hamilton.
Yeah, I would agree. I mean, I never, like, obviously I'm majoring in theater, but I never really got into any, like, that theater culture. You know what I mean? Like, I don't read plays, I don't listen to musicals. Maybe I should, but I'm not, like, a big, oh my god, musicals. I'm gonna do a mob show at Denny's or some, that kind of dumb shit. Um, I mean, to each their own, but that's not for me. So, like, when I first heard about Hamilton, uh, when I first heard about Hamilton, it was the same like same environment as Matt, where it was just like all these fucking annoying ass people raving about Hamilton. But then when I finally listened to it, like I think it's a really well written, quality musical. I think it's a good entryway for other musicals. But in terms of the historical accuracy, I'm not too
Oh
sure
yeah.
on how I feel about it. And yeah, I guess we can get into a little bit of that. But Kyle, what's your take on it?
uh, yeah. Well, I'm also. I guess. Well, Jup touches it a lot. He's a theater boy. But I guess some of the audience might know we're all kind of theater boys to very different degrees. My history with acting was I acted a little bit when I was little, and then I was like, "That's gay. Do sports." And then I did sports for a really long time, and then like maybe 6 years ago, I just kind of got back into it, and now that's like kind of like the thing that I do besides like music. Um, so when this was really came out, I was like, bro, same thing. I was like, I hate, but I still kind of do hate
Yeah.
the
Oh yeah.
culture around musicals. But as as a black actor who you know makes music and raps, I think it's really cool that there's a musical that's like this is yours. You know what I'm saying?
Hmm.
Um, yeah, to Jeff's point, historically accurate, not in the slightest. Is it a piece of American propaganda? Fuck yeah, it is. But I'm gonna bump that shit.
Yeah.
Uh,
The
fucking
room where
everyone
it
is
happens, Dear
God.
Theodosia, let me cry.
Um, yeah, I don't know. I mean, like I think as and Joe, I think you can speak to it. The as people of color in the theater community, you're very kind of subjugated to like the villain or the funny character. Like it's very rare that you are the person of color and you're the lead, and your race is not the point of it. Like obviously that like race blind casting is a thing, and we've all happened, but I think racially biased casting is also a thing. So having a whole musical where they're like, oh, founding fathers, everyone's white, fuck it, everyone's a person of color.
Yeah.
And it doesn't even have to be that, but I think that's kind of what it's become. And to
Yeah.
know that that exists, and to know that, you know, my parents who only come to shows because I'm in it, the fact that they can listen to Hamilton and be like, this shit bumps,
Yeah.
like it's it's universal. and I really respect Lynn and everybody behind it on and off stage.
Yeah.
So
Yeah. To your
that's what I've been doing.
to your point of theater, I mean, yeah, like theater has looked and sounded, musical theater especially, has looked and sounded a certain way for a very long time.
Gross.
And I think the one thing that Hamilton really succeeded at was getting getting like young people of color to like look at that stage and see themselves. I mean, I don't know about you, but I was bumping that shit, and then I was like, dude, I do theater. That could be me. And like, I was out here, like,
Absolutely.
I was rehearsing, like, yo, I'm gonna be fucking Hamilton, dude. I was like 14. I was slamming on this shit in my headphones, and I was just like, I am not throwing away, like, all that kind of shit. It is really dope to see yourself on that stage in those lights. And it's awesome to see, like, how big Hamilton has become because it lets other kids have that same opportunity. It's dope that it's on Disney Plus now too. Um, but yeah, I mean, in terms of glorifying the founding fathers, I don't know. It is America propaganda, but I don't know how much I honestly really care.
I
Um,
think every country, kind of just like a nation, has to have their kind of like mythified characters. I mean, like it's pretty common in a lot of places. I remember when I was studying Russian politics, we did like a bit of Russian history, and I can't remember the prince's name, but there was this like one Russian prince that like fought off the Teutonic Order who was threatened to take over like Russia,
Yeah,
and like he's seen as like a saint.
yeah. Yeah, I mean, no one is going to use Hamilton as some sort of historical reference. And if they do, they'll
Yeah,
just come across looking like an idiot. I mean, most people, if Hamilton gets you into American history, then you'll see that it's a lot of it is bullshit. They were all slave owners. They all, you know, played into that system. Hamilton wasn't some abolitionist. Um, but just in terms of art, I think it is an amazingly written,
absolutely.
uh, just fantastic musical, and it's a really good entryway for a lot of things.
And even this is a weird point for me to make, but you know, also the fact that they were slave owners are addressed. Like they also bring it up. But so wait, I'm going to say this: slave owners weren't just slave owners. You know what I'm saying? Like they didn't wake up and was like, another day of being a slave owner. They were like, I got to do this. I got to do this. I got to do this. Also, hey slaves, do this. You know
Yeah,
what I'm saying? Like
it is
they
weird
live
though.
their own lives.
The reason why it's weirder in the context of Hamilton is because Hamilton is painted as an abolitionist when in history he married the Schuyler family was a big slave family. That's where they got their power, their money, and their influence. And he bought
For everybody.
slaves for him and Eliza and his whole family. So it's like, and then he makes jabs in the musical at Thomas Jefferson for owning slaves and
Yeah.
stuff like that. And it's like, okay, you're rewriting it a bit here. You're not a hero. In history, you are the villain. you know, um, I don't know.
Yeah.
There's something I want to talk about. So with Hamilton, people kind of started coming at Lin Manuel Miranda, um, because he directed it and cast himself as the lead, and he wrote it and everything, and he cast himself as the lead. So people are saying that it's very self-aggrandizing with the way that Hamilton is written and with the way that Hamilton is hyped up throughout the musical. He is the guy. You know what I mean? Like most musicals have their leads. Hamilton is the guy. So there's a bit of a
Hamilton
debate about that.
Hamilton is the guy. That's just the perspective that piece of art wanted to tell. Who cares if like that's just what he wrote, I think to criticize art to be like, oh well, like, Hamilton wasn't all that. He was just like a guy. No shit. That's just who he is in the broader stream of everything. But the story that Lin wrote isn't about the grander scheme of everything. It's about this man and how he helped shape America. Let's be real. Most people, if you go back far enough, everyone fucking sucks back in the day. Everybody kind of had slaves. Like that was
Kinda.
it's wrong. It's wrong. As like my ancestors were slaves. My grandma was a sharecropper. You know what I'm saying? So like that's not far removed from me. But at the same time, like to you can't deny the forefathers' contributions to our country. It's undeniable. Is the fact there? Absolutely. Should you address it? Absolutely. Don't erase it. Don't act like it's not there. But I don't think you have to focus in on one very fucked up piece of history. You know what I'm saying? Like that's not the story they were trying to tell, which is okay.
Yeah.
And also, come on, man. This man wrote that was his brainchild, man. If you make this shit and everyone's like, that's stupid, why not cast yourself as the lead? Why not? Like I think that is such a fucking back to cancel culture. Everyone's on Hamilton right now. Somebody wants to just fucking bring him down. Like, shut the fuck up.
I don't know. I've been thinking about this a little, and like part of me sees how like somebody could see it as like, oh, there's an ego thing because he's the center of attention, he's the main love interest and all this whatever. But it's also like no one says that in movies. Everyone only, and we had this conversation with I had this conversation with my theater teacher, where like in movies and stuff, it is very normal for like a Tarantino to direct and cast himself, for a John Krasinski to direct and cast himself as the lead. It's fine. No one bats an eye. But then when you get into the theater world, writing, directing, and being the lead is seen as an ego thing. And I've been
which
trying
also
to...
isn't fair. I'm sorry. Continue.
No. You're fine. I've been trying to figure out why, because like part of me thinks, okay, theater is a smaller world. Theater is you're supposed to kind of pick from what's around you, sort of thing, boost up other people, give people opportunities. I don't know. Theater has always had more of a community environment. But then the other part of me is like, why not? Like if I wrote something or if I'm directing something and I'm like, hey, I want to be the lead. I don't know. It's rough. It's different.
That's so up to whoever's in charge. And here's the thing about Lynn and Hamilton. I cannot put into words how much I respect Lynn as a rapper, as a writer, as a visionary. But is he the best vocalist? No.
Oh, no.
Is he
cannot sing.
Is he the most exciting actor on that stage?
No.
No way. So, although his character is the focus, he surrounded himself by so many other talented artists and actors and performers who have such a big platform to, further their careers and speak about other things that, like, I don't think it was self-serving, just because so many other people also contributed from the process. Like it wasn't just him. I don't know.
Yeah, totally.
Tricky. Wow, who knew get to such a conversation from Hamilton?
Yeah, this has been
weird.
a wild episode, hasn't it?
That is weird.
Maybe be like bonus content.
Yeah, we got a little bit of racism, pow. Little bit of pedophilia, pow. Sprinkle in a little bit of American propaganda, pow.
Give it to me.
All right.